Well, good morning, everyone. Seems I'm having a hard time leaving France. I was on my way to Germany, and I was just going by just north of Paris and found myself another job. Welcome to BETHEMONT la FORET. BETHEMONT la Forest. La FORET. For the rest of you. Anywho. Beautiful new map. Same map author as the last French map I did. He only released this one last week. It's in super beta, so there are issues with it. Things like you'll notice my rearview mirrors are black. I guess that's a render distance thing. I'm not sure what's going on there. But beautiful, beautiful map. I'm here to take care of some cattle again. Just for a couple of days. But more importantly, the owner of the farm is expanding, and he's bought himself, some fields, some really big fields actually. Hang on a second, let's put the four-way flashers on. This is going to be slow. He's bought all these fields up here. Well, not the ones on that side. Those ones belong to other people. Got missions in those. Really interesting map. Quite beautiful. Unlike a lot of the French maps, this one is actually of a large scale. There are actually really massive fields that you wouldn't expect to see in a French map. I mean, look at that. That's expansive for a French map. Everything is always more like this, more segregated, more small. So it's a very different kind of place. Also new to this map is we are not only playing with the gearbox mod now, but we've moved on to the next level. The next level being MR, more realistic. So, still have issues with the word realistic, but apparently we're getting more of it. So this tractor here has been MR'd by my good friend Kerbo. Check his channel out, please. He's on Twitter almost every night. Nice guy, and my MR guru. And he's gone through this one. So that sort of explains the delay in these episodes coming out. I've been experimenting with MR. I've been MRing some of my other vehicles with limited to, it's kind of spotty success. Can't quite get the Zeal pack working properly, but I did manage to get the Combine working properly. And a little surprise for my friend Tino, I now have an MR version of my Valtra 8000. My friend Maddie has done that for me. My Finnish connection. So the MR explains why I've got this thing on the front. The tractor is now realistically balanced, 60-40 front to back. And with the partial weight even on the back, she's a little bit light in the loafers, if you know what I mean, to go down the road. So to solve that problem, I just picked up a bale. We got this load of bales here that we picked up at the sheep farm up there at back at the other town up the road. And this is actually BETHEMONT. BETHEMONT is an actual town in France. If you Google it, you'll see the actual fields just north of Paris. Wait a second, let's get going again. A little bit of an uphill climb here. Come on, get in there. I can turn off that clicking sound for now. This is town. Okay, let's go back into second gear. So yeah, the little tractor going up the hill now has issues. So you'll notice I'm only stacked too high back there. There's a reason for that. Now that this tractor has been MR'd, it's even weaker than it was before. It doesn't look like much of a hill, but look at that slope. It has to work to get up these hills now. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of things that I did not realize that going to MR was going to do to my equipment. And because I've always played sort of on the cusp of usability for my smaller equipment, dude, sorry. It's made it even harder. It's made it harder to do just about everything. So this is the town itself. Very, very well modeled. Did a little Google Earth Street View tour. Very realistic. To the point where he's got the just up the road here. That's City Hall up there, and that's the actual place where the City Hall is in BETHEMONT-la-Forêt. BETHEMONT-la-Forêt actually is a more wooded area than this, and but the slopes are accurate, and the town road, this little twist here, is in the actual town, and a very, very interesting little map. Anywho, just around the corner here, we'll be getting to... I just got to lift off the gas a bit here. There you go. So, okay. Second gear. See if we can get in here. This is the cow farm. There is a pig farm and a sheep farm, but it's quite obvious by the modeling that it's a lower priority to the map author than the cattle farm. So, no biggie. Easy McPeasy. So let's put that down here somewhere. You know what? I'm not even going to take these things off the wagon just yet, because the first thing we need to do is feed the cows. So, put the handbrake on. Hang on a second. Let's just take that off there. And we'll unstrap that. And we'll unstrap that. Feel like I'm going to feed all this stuff to the cattle right away, so no point in getting too fancy about it. We'll put it back in gear. All right. All right. And where's the forage wagon? There it is. Okay. So we will power the forage wagon with one of the farmer's machines. Small misconception about the gearbox mod that I've run into lately. People have been asking questions. And handbrake. It doesn't just simply throw a manual gearbox in all the tractors. This little Fendt, for example, comes with a CVT gearbox. It's a modern gearbox. It doesn't need... Let's see, put it in forward gear, take the handbrake off. There we go. Okay. So this gearbox is just a CVT gearbox. So it works like an automatic gearbox. It's a constant velocity transmission. So it basically just shifts itself. Hang on a second. And out we go. And connect that up. Give them a PTO drive too while we're at it. Alright, so handbrake off and forward drive. So this one is super easy. You just basically drive it the same as you would drive any tractor in Farm Sim that has drive control. There's a forward and a reverse, and the transmission just minds itself. So let's just do this. And turn up the PTO a little bit and start up the mixer. Okay. Alright, let's go back and get our guy. Okay, so let's see here. Let's add some weights to the back just because of bales. And handbrake off and back and drive and alright. Alright, we'll put this down over here for now. And we'll probably have to put that in the hay category of the cows. Alright, and shifting into forward, there you go. This gearbox I've got on full manual, so it's a bit more challenging. This is not the best spot to have put this thing. Oh well. Let's see what we can do. Nope, not at all. Not at all the good spot for it. Okay, super tight farmyards, my specialty. Let's just get it off of there. Okay. Let's just put it in reverse. Nope. Lift up. There we go. Reverse. Try not to hit the wall. And forward again. There we go. Let me just go down to lower gear here. Yeah, first gear works a lot better for this. Okay. The other thing with now that it's been MR'd is I got to look out for tipping. This will tip over now. Oops, daisy. So where are we here? And you go in there. Come on, one bale and two bales. Come on. Come on, get in there. There it goes. Beautiful work. All right, nice and tight. And over this way now. First gear the whole way. So let's see how it handles these silage bales. Try to grab two off the top. Low gear. Roll them back on. There we go. Okay, good. Oops, reverse gear. Come on. There you go. Sometimes the hardest thing to do with this whole system now is finding the right gear. It's a challenge for sure. Now, how do I get that in there safely? Don't hit this thing. Up we go. Into the dip. And down they go. And one and two. Beautiful. Just back it out of here. Alright. I think for the second batch we'll give ourselves a little bit more room. So, put the handbrake on. Let's turn off the sound too while we're at it. One tractor noise at a time should be enough. Alright, so let's alright, and handbrake off, and get in gear. Alright, let's see what I'm doing wrong. Nope, still handbrake on. Yep, okay, good. So, slowly move it forward. And flip it over. Let's see, make sure it comes out the right side. What's going on here? Okay, double check. Yeah, they need power food. Do I not have power food in here? Oh, too much hay. Alright, let's take that again. Let's go back here. And let's go up this way. Okay, we're just going to go around the ones here, and we're going to need to unload some of this and check our mix. It happens. I think I had some stuff left in there, or the weight of the bales is a bit off. It's kind of strange, but Alright, let's just unload some of it here. Okay, that looks like all hay or grass. Let's double check. Alright. Let's empty some more. Still coming, still coming, still coming. Ah, there it is. Okay, now we got forage. Okay. Good. So I'll use that on the second one. I guess these hay bales are maybe 6,000 instead of 4,000? I don't know. I noticed something about that when I was doing the conversions. Hay bales may be a different weight in MR. Who knows? There you go. Okay, now we got food. And we're good. Now the other thing is also in more realistic, these machines function more realistically, which means look at the speed at which it's unloading. It's going to take a while for this to happen. So we're working on that. And back it up again. Forward again. It's a little tight in here to back up a trailer, but we will do it. Not crazy about the static cows on this map, but I never am on any map. I guess it's a way for the map creators to populate a barn without having to get the nav meshes all screwed up, but it's just not aesthetically as pleasing as having live cows moving and doing their thing. Maybe they can add, maybe at some point they can add animation to static cows. I don't know. Alright, welcome to more realistic, where it takes forever to unload a wagon. Let's see here. There we go. Okay, we're done. Alright, let's get it out of here. Come on, out you go. This is where mirrors would be good. Unfortunately, not on this map. And get it over this way a little bit more. There you go. Just doing it by feel now. I guess I could just open the door straight ahead of me and go out that way. That would be one fix. But, you know, I have my moments of being stubborn. So I will back it out of this barn one way or another. Okay, let's turn that off. Don't need it humming away while I'm doing this. Alright, let's check our cows again. Oh yeah, they got lots of food now. So I need to get them some straw. So we'll get them some straw, and then we'll get them some water. Do they need water? They need some water, but I think they're going to be fine for the day. Let's get this out of here. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to leave this right here because I need to... I'm going to need to put that back in here. So let's just put the brake on, turn that off. And I'll use another tractor to show you guys more options with gearboxes and to get the stationary. By the way, I can't just throw the hay bale in there. This map does not have any bale destruction triggers, just, you know, to make it tougher. Anyway. Alright, the case. This is the in-game case. So it's got its own little foibles. So, handbrake off. In gear. So this one's got a high and a low range. And if you try to shift it without pushing in the clutch, you get that sound. Which is a sound that anybody who's ever tried to learn how to drive a standard transmission knows very well. So where are we here? Okay, let's go get that. missed it. Got nervous about the poles. There's a lot of beams in here. There we go. Oh, right there. Good. Handbrake on. Good. Put that in there. Give you a PTO drive. I don't generally use these these machines, but like I said, on this map, there's really no choice. You got to go with it. So, excuse me, chickens. Where are we at here? Down she goes. I think we should throw that bale in there too, but let's see first how this works out. Okay. In we go. Through the farm. Alright, first gear, start her up. There we go. Beautiful. And backing up another trailer out of the tight little farm. It's not the backing up that's the challenge. It's the doing it with a clutch. Ah, hang on. Let's get ourselves down to low gear. All right. With low gear, this should work a lot better. Roll it out nice and slow. Nice and slow. There we go. We're out of here. Beautiful. I'm just going to put that here, right here for now. Put the handbrake on. And, let's see here. What if I, do I get to open that? Yeah, let's see what that looks like up back there. Ah, okay, it's empty. All right, good. Let's go get that extra bale we brought down from the other farm. And start her up and break off. Okay, and forward gear, please. Go and get that extra bale. Now these machines are typically made for round bales, but we'll just put this one in lengthwise, it'll be fine. Well, that's a little bit abrupt. That one in like, and forward please. There we go, okay. Okay, looking good. Let's put that into there, like so, nice and gentle. There you go, come on, in there, in you go. And let's go in all the way. Okay, let's just do this, and back out of it. Should fall into place, there it goes. Okay. And turn down. There you go. There you go. Balance the tractor back out again. Should be fine right about here. Good. Handbrake on. Turn it off. Alright. And close the back. Let's see, do they need any more? Yeah, they can take some more. Alright. Get that off of there. Forward gear. And nice and slow. There you go. Start her up. There we go. Keep the RPMs up to keep the PTO shaft going. Good. And turn that down. Good. Let's back her out of here again. Well, that should hold them till tomorrow at the very least. Oh, come on. There you go. Let's get this thing out of here. Good, 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 good. Tight squeeze, looking good. And good. All right, let's go put that away now. Come on. This machine has got to be the hardest one of all of the in-game tractors to shift properly. It's actually extremely well modeled, but yeah, it's a bit of a challenge. It's got a high and a low range, and it's got 6 speeds, and if you don't get the clutch in right, you're gonna hear from her. She's gonna complain. So let's go here. All right. Reverse gear. And low gear. Right about there. Should do her just fine. And brake. And QZQ. Thank you. Sorry. Wrong order. And off we go. There we go. All right, well, that'll do it for today. The big job that we have to do this week for this farmer is not feeding his animals. I'll come back and clean up this mess. Sorry, my bad. It's plowing the fields across the road. So, let me show you that. So you're going to see me do something that I haven't done for you guys yet. And that's take on an absolutely massive plowing job. I think the last time I did this was Orchard Farm, and it was with a 3-meter plow. But look at that. We basically, all the fields, all the way to the horizon, are his new fields. And he needs to have all of this stuff done for the spring to seed canola. So, on both sides of us here, all the way up to those trees over there, and to the farm over there. This road he has to keep because it's part of a right-of-way to the little forest over here. But yeah, this is, I don't know what that used to be. It looks like corn used to be in there or something. And then we've got to do this field here, which goes on and on and on and on. So yeah, I got to come up with a decent quote for this guy to get all of this stuff done because as you can tell outside, the snow is beginning to fall. It's late in the fall. And if we don't get this thing done for him, he may lose his next season. So we need all this stuff plowed up, and then we're going to shoot manure on it, cultivate it in for the winter, get them all set up for the new year. Anyway, that's where I'm going to leave you guys, though. I'm going to head back up to the farm. I've got a beautiful little house in town that I'm staying at for the weeks, for a couple of weeks, and enjoying my time here in France. Maybe get down to Paris, get some cheese. And yeah, we'll see you guys tomorrow when we begin this monstrous plowing job.